Three, two, one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 5 of Proverbs chapter 5. Something that Grandma told me that she wanted for her birthday. So today I have a special guest. I have my big brother, Sylvester, who will be on the call with me. Say hey,
Hello, how you
Sylvester.
doing today? How you doing today? Nice to be here.
I'm good. Just working in the basement, trying to make this place my home a castle.
Well, man, every castle needs a moat. Start digging.
No, I got my tractor, so I'm doing that. Don't tell Tanya because she'll be mad. But
Hey,
I'm going to go ahead and get straight to the Bible verse because Tanya and
okay.
I have to go to a comedy show tonight. The start doors open at 6, but you know, Grandma wishes come first.
Yeah, well, there you go. Hey, you don't become 106 and not get your way.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go ahead and read them.
Okay.
My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Incline your ear to my insight, that you may maintain discretion and your lips may preserve knowledge. Though the lips of the forbidden woman drip honey and her speech is smoother than oil, in the end she is bitter as wormwood and sharp as a double edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps lead to straight to Sheol. She does not consider the past of her life. She does not know that her ways are unstable. So now, my son, listen to me and do not turn aside from the words of my mouth. Keep your path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you concede the vigor to others and your years to one who is cruel. Let strangers feast on your wealth and your labors enrich the house of a foreigner. At the end of your life, you will groan when your flesh and your body are spent, and you will say, how have I hated discipline, and my heart despised reproof? I did not listen to the voice of my teachers or incline my ear to my mentors. I am on the brink of utter ruin in the midst of the whole assembly. Drink water from your own cistern and running waters from your own well. Why should your springs flow into the streets, your streams of water in the public squares? Let them be yours alone, never be to be shared with strangers. May your fountains be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. A loving doe, a graceful fawn, may her breast satisfy you always. May you be captivated by her love forever. Why be captivated, my son, by an adulteress, or embrace the bosom of a stranger? For a man's ways are before the eyes of the Lord, and the Lord examines all of his paths. The iniquities of a wicked man entrap him, the cords of his sins estrangle him. He dies for the lack of discipline, led astray his own great folly. And that is the ending of this chapter.
Okay. Okay.
So, first off, the first question is always based off that chapter, how would you summarize that chapter in your own words?
Well, if you like, it's funny because whenever you read it, they say Jesus spoke in today's voice. That in today's voice, it sounds like a older gentleman talking to a younger man talking about, hey, 80-20 rule. You got 80% at home. Don't give up your 80% by going out and trying to get that 20% in the street. Um, Other thing about it, or we used to say the grass is not greener on the other side. In my own words, it sounds like there's a person talking to a young man who's trying to stray out there a little bit. And so when he's going out there, realize what's done in the dark will come to the light. It's going to have consequences. you're going to allow somebody the opportunity to mess up what you got at home. So getting caught in the streets cheating, or going in the streets and cheating, not even getting caught, but you're risking it all for somebody who may have smooth words. At any given time, a person can be anything because they're not with you at all times. And so he even made a mention to it, like when you get old, and who's gonna be taking care of you, because you ain't gonna be out there in those streets. The streets ain't gonna take care of you. It's just a temporary fix or a temporary high to go out and try to attack. Work on what's at home, you'll have a better situation.
Okay. I understand what you were saying, and I'm listening to you. So the first question I have for you, well, the next question I have for you, this:
Okay.
what helps you maintain discipline in your personal and family life?
What helps me maintain it is that, believe it or not, it doesn't even pertain to me and my own situation. Is because I have sons. I want to be the example of what they get to see. So a lot of things that keeps me on the straight and narrow, keeps me doing certain things, is because when I have my sons look at me at the example, I want them to see that I did everything possible to do it the right way. I don't want them to look at them and say, "Well, my dad messed up," so that gives me an opportunity to do those things as well. So me is trying to be the right role model for those that follow me, to those that I want to heed my word, because I don't want to be hypocritical in when I'm trying to tell them what is right and wrong ways of doing things.
Okay, that was good and leads to the next question. The next question is three questions I could choose from. That's why I'm looking.
Uh,
um, Proverbs 5 warns about temptation. What does this lesson mean to you as a grown man and leader of your household?
well, what it tells you is that once you become the leader and the man of your household, a lot of times what you liked as a young man, you still gonna like as an older man. The things that you were attracted to, you still attracted to. You just got to have the priority set in place, that even though I may want or may not want, or what I may be straying to, it is not good for the overall picture of what I'm trying to do. So it requires you to have that self discipline. It requires you to say, yes, oh, she's talking sweet to me. She's looking good. She's doing all these things. But yet, I have a larger responsibility than my own needs at this point in time. My responsibility is that if I'm in a committed relationship, that's my responsibility. I'm a father, that's my responsibility. And by putting yourself in the other venue or the other lane, you can damage all the things that are you hold close to you by going for a cheap thrill. My grandfather used to say, don't let 2 minutes of pleasure give you a lifetime of hell. And so what you that means is that by seeking the immediate gratification, you can destroy your future kingdom.
True. Very well spoken, Sylvester.
Appreciate that.
Next question is: the chapter emphasizes about being faithful to your own sister. What does that faithfulness mean to you today?
Well, that cistern to me is back in the day when you talk about cistern. Those were the water cisterns. That means where you draw your when you look at water, is that's where you draw your nutrients for growth. That's where you draw the things that allows your plant to grow. The washing of your body. The cistern was the life source of the community. And so I'm thinking, as they say that here, instead of me going out and getting my strength from other women or other people who may be around me, is to pull strength in my home life to come in and work on it and say, all right, if it's not working, let me put that time in so that when I come home, I'm being recharged, rejuvenated, rejoiced, treated like the king at home rather than being the king in the streets. It tells me that you have to find your source at home. That means you're saying as we read the Bible together, or if we're realizing that we're not connecting, we got to sit here and talk a little bit more. We have to figure a way that I can find the foundation in the person that I'm with, because the moment that I lose that foundation or that connection, or that connection to my waters at home, it's a lot easier to stray out in the street.
Okay. That's a nice answer, also, Sylvester. Seems like you read this before.
Well, 27 years of marriage, and this is one that you got to go to.
All right. Next question. Um, what mistakes or lessons from your own life do you hope your sons avoid?
Well, I will always say that there's no such thing as things that just happen. I believe that your relationships and your life is like a highway. And if you ever go to the
Life
highway,
is a highway. I wanna ride it all night
on
long.
my own. Okay, now look, back from cars. Here
You
we go.
did it. You did it.
All right, so, so the one thing about this highway is that if you've ever been on a highway, it's always signs that says, okay, exit 3 miles, exit 2 miles, exit 1 mile. But there's always off ramps that you can get before you get there. So the thing about it is that make yourself to the point where you can realize the direction that certain relationships may be going, and get yourself off of that highway before you get to that off ramp that gets you in trouble.
Yeah.
So you have to look
Reverend
ahead
Otis
to realize
Moss,
that you're controlling.
at Trinity United Church up in Chicago, he preached a
Mm-hmm.
sermon at Uncle Jerry's church years ago, and it was about Samson and Delilah. And what he
Mm-hmm.
said, he was like, the first sign is an indication of what's to come.
Right.
And then he tied that to uh, being in the mountains of the Great Smoky Mountains, and you saw the off ramps. And what he was said to the guy who was to him around, what does that mean? The off ramps, does it mean they didn't know what they were carrying? And it was kind of like, it's a sign to know that if you know you can't handle what's going on, this is a chance for you to get off, because if not, you could end in disaster. So yeah,
Right. Right.
I seen that
Because
sermon. I
there's
got
a
a copy
lot
of it
of.
on my email, so I sent it to you.
Oh yeah, please do, because there's a lot of open doors that you don't supposed to walk through. Just because they open the door, be like, not my door. Because once you walk in the door, do something and you don't do something, it may put you in a situation where you have to explain something that didn't happen. And the moment you have to explain something that didn't happen, you erode your trust in the unit that you already have. The moment that you erode that trust can never be the same again. You can never have 100% trust if that trust was damaged, because now you have something that you go back in your memory that you remember. Hey, I gave 100% trust. I can forgive, but people don't forget unless they have amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that situation, you can forgive somebody, but the moment that you start seeing the signs, you start seeing the things that look similar, you're gonna feel that you're going back in that road, even if that's not what's happening. So you want to make sure that you protect that trust at all costs, because the moment that trust is eroded, that moment that trust is forsaken, or that person is hurt, they may give you another chance, but it would never be pure because you broke the pureness of it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So, last question I have for you today is, how does your relationship with God help you make wise choices as a man, a brother, and a father?
The way that goes is that God, my relationship with God is a forever growing one. And when I look at His Word and I look at the stories that He has, there's no perfect person. There's no perfect person. Only the will to get better, the will to be open to communicate, the will to say that I'm not perfect, the will to say that, look, if I'm wrong, admit that I'm wrong. If I'm right, admit that I'm right. I think one of my favorite Bible verses was when he was talking about, I'd rather you be cold or hot, but not lukewarm. Go hard after whatever it is that you have, and don't be inconsistent with it. You know, it tie back to this one. If you're in your relationship, in your marriage, go hard at it. You know, like you you go wake up days, and I tell people this: if you married and you truly married, there's gonna be days that you don't like your spouse. There's gonna be days that your spouse don't like you. But there should always be the days should always be full of, I have a love for this spouse that I'm willing to work it out. I don't want to talk to you right now, but I'm gonna love you from a distance. Okay, now you're on my nerves. Guess what? I'm will. I have to be to the point where I can come back and say, no matter what you did to me, I gotta, and I don't mean to the extent, but there may be somewhere you just say something that irks me, or you say something that I feel that you were demeaning to me, or I might have said something side mouth to you. We got to be willing to come back and sit at the table and work things out. We got to be able to grow together. We got to be able to say that we're not perfect, because the person I am now is not the person I was 27 years ago. The things that I have and I want to do are not the things that I wanted to do 27 years ago. So if you don't grow together and you don't learn together and you don't go through the highs and lows and the peaks and the valleys together, then what's going to happen? You're going to grow apart. And so I think the one thing that reading God's word is that I have to be always connected. And if I'm connected with Him on a daily basis, I can grow with Him and not away from Him.
Cool, cool. Somebody wants to say hello to you.
Is that my niece? Hello, niece.
Who's that, Cora?
Uncle Sylvester.
Say, hey, Uncle Buster.
Hey.
Ask him a question.
Okay.
What
What question do
you
you
want to
have
ask
for
him?
me? Oh, what you got, niece?
How old are you?
I'm
Good
every
question.
day that I'm blessed.
How old are you?
I'm not old. I'm young. How
So give
young
me a
am I?
number.
Say a number. Say your age.
My age, let me see. I'm gonna help you out. I am. I'll, ooh, believe it or not, I'm almost half as old as Grandma Corinne. So
Is that a
divide
good
that by
answer?
two.
Is that a good answer?
Yes, it is.
So
I don't
You,
know what you're talking about.
how old is Grandma Corinne? Grandma Corinne
so
is
the reason why she's
106
talking
divided
slow
by
like that
two.
because she hears the echo. It's the echo in this
Oh,
thing.
really?
So when she talks, she talks slow so she can hear herself.
Oh, understand completely. I thought it was the apple she was eating, which sound looks pretty
No,
good.
it's a cookie cracker.
A cookie cracker. I thought it was better. Thought it was more healthy, but it does it
Oh
taste
no,
well?
no, that's my daughter, right, daughter? Oh,
What did he say?
he said something. I'll tell you later. But is any projects you have going on right now that you want to promote before we end?
One of the projects that we're promoting right now is that I'm in the process of rolling out a series of different books to talk about different relationship issues. I have a publishing company that's coming out. We're coming out this year. It's Fishertown Publishing, where we're trying to change the paradigms on how people think, how people see things, how where you can read something and be better for reading it, and give you workshops to make that happen. So that's one of the biggest things that we're doing right now. We have a book that we're working on right now. Is Your Hate Makes Me Great. One of
That's
the
my
things that we
slogan.
try.
You owe me money for that.
Oh man, look, your
I hate
older
on
brother
everybody and
put some
everything every
things in
time. You
you.
know that.
Hey, because one of the things that we talk about on your Hate Makes You Be Great is the flow of hate. When you talk about flow, hate flows up. Only time that somebody's going to hate on you if you're doing something special. If you're doing something that is mediocre, individuals are only going to have what they call sympathy for you. So they're gonna say, "Oh, he didn't do that well. He didn't do this." And like one thing that we do is we try to believe in changing those paradigms. So hate is an acronym for a horrible attitude towards excellence. So when you have somebody who's hating on you, you're doing something great. Even when you go back to the biblical form, they didn't start. Jesus lived for 30 something years, 33 years. They didn't really start hating on him until he turned 30 and started his ministry. They knew of him. They knew that he was coming. They knew that he was there. It wasn't until he started doing great things that people started hating on him. Martin Luther King was the same way. As long as he was just talking about his speeches, they were okay. But when he started talking about financial change, they started hating on him. Malcolm X was the same way. When he was talking about separation, they were like, let him talk. But when he started talking about unity and coming together and overcoming and doing great things, that's where that horrible attitude towards excellence took place. So that's one of the things that we're doing. We're working on putting out good material to individuals so that they can and always grow. Grow and not this entertainment as well. We believe in what you call edutainment, where you're going to be educated and entertained at the same time. But we look forward to doing that with workshops, books, and even we want to take trips as well, because one of the underlying things that we have inside of that is saving 100 marriages. And so what we try to do is we try to say, even in good reading, you can go back in and grow your relationships.
Cool. Well, I guess that's why you hate me, Sylvester, because I'm so much better than you.
Oh, I pity you. I pity you.
Yeah,
Cora,
yeah.
Cora,
Cora,
I pray
who's
for
the best daddy in the world?
you every day. Uncle?
Cora, who do you like more, me or Uncle Buster? You can say it aloud.
Yeah.
Uncle Vesta.
You love me more?
Mm-hmm. Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're best daddy.
I'm the best daddy. Okay, who do you like more, me, Uncle Buster, or Uncle Josh?
Uncle Josh.
What? You going to the trash can?
I'm going to do the political question right. He's not here.
No. She tells me all the time. But thank you for doing this, Josh. Oh, not I said Josh. Josh calling me right now.
You calling me Josh?
No, he calling me right now. He calling me right now. Yeah, you talk to us, Josh. But thank you, Sylvester, for dealing with today, which is day number 5. Because Grandma said that she wanted to make sure that you did a good job, and she's gonna watch it tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Then in that case, hey Grandma, we love you. We always gonna send our love to you.
Hey Uncle Josh.
If you need anything, please give us a call.
Good.
And we will be there with wings on our feet.
Good.
All right. Thanks for how you say. Thanks for including me on this great project for Grandma. And thank you again for doing this, because this is a time and service that you're doing, and then I believe it's going to last a lifetime, because you make it for Grandma, but who knows which part of the generation.
Yes, it only snows.
Why you so loud, Cora?
Able to hear that. That's your daughter. I blame parenting.
That's her all day. Like, hello, Uncle Josh. I love you, Uncle Josh. No, but the episode should be up very shortly. Okay. So, but I'll holler at you later. I'm going to get to this date night with Tanya to go see Miss Pat.
I have some fun and spend all the money that she asked you to spend.
Nope.